Hey guys, Maxwell Murphy from Penguin Magic. I want to talk today about one of my favorite topics, rejection. I'm just kidding, it's not really one of my favorites. It's one of my least favorite topics, but I want to talk about it because I think my job at Penguin has given me some perspective on it that I didn't used to have before I worked at Penguin. And the reason I say that is because in my life I'm on both sides of rejection. In my personal life and in my business life, a lot of times I get rejected just like anybody else. You know, if you're pushing and you're trying to make things happen and get to the next level and do crazy deals and all kinds of things, you're going to get rejected. And on the other side of it, because of my job at Penguin, I see a lot of new trick submissions. A lot of people approach us with products that they'd like us to carry. So and a lot of times we are able to do it, but there are plenty of times when we're not able to do the deal. We're not able to move forward. There are even times when we're so overwhelmed we're unable to respond properly to people. There are times when emails have slipped through the cracks and I haven't even gotten back to people. So this has given me some perspective on it. On this issue of rejection. I just want to share it with you. I had a friend recently on the phone, and she was telling me, she's a musician, and she was telling me about someone who she had emailed about a gig, and they hadn't gotten back to her. And this is somewhere where she'd done a gig already. She'd already gigged there, and this time they weren't responding. And she was saying, yeah, they must not like me. They don't want to have me back. Or, that was what she was telling herself. That was the story she was telling herself. And I thought about my experience at Penguin. I said, wait a minute. These people are probably just overwhelmed. They're either getting so much email that they can't handle it, or the guy's on vacation, or it could be so many things. But I promise you the reason is not that you're not good enough. It's not that there's something wrong about exactly what you said. She was kind of thinking back over exactly what she said in the email, and maybe she said it the wrong way. Anyway, a week later, the guy ends up emailing her, and it turned out he was just out of town and way behind on his email. And think about the pain she put herself through in the meantime, telling herself this story that there was something about her. But let's say the guy never even emailed her back. Let's say he just let the email disappear into cyberspace. It just got by him in his inbox, or he was too overwhelmed, or maybe he said, I'll do it later. He procrastinated and he was never able to get back to it. What story should she tell herself? I think the story she should tell herself is whatever. That was him. That was his stuff. He was whatever. She should tell herself that was about him, not about her. She shouldn't internalize the rejection. She shouldn't tell herself a story that the problem was with her or her. Definitely makes sense to change your approach, to try something different in the future, to figure out another way to make it happen. But it's not fair to blame yourself. It's not fair to internalize that rejection.